I found a passion for helping others. I wanted others to get out of that same hell that I was trapped in for so long. I made it my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Why I Am Inc. stands for Who Am I Am Me. It's a little awkward sometimes, people wonder why we named it that, but it was really about my son going through drug and alcohol addiction and losing himself and not knowing who he was, and coming back out and realizing that he had lost his identity. So the Who Am I Am Me is really helping kids even understand to remember that, and that's why we started the company.
In high school, I guess I dabbled with pot like a lot of kids do. I liked the attention that I got from the group of people I was hanging with. That thought of being cool or being with the in crowd, I enjoyed that. And when I started using heroin lasted about a year or so, on and off, through different treatment centers, trying to turn my life around, but being hooked to something that is as powerful as heroin is. You can imagine it's pretty hard to kick.
I had a relapse on heroin. I was using probably maybe like half a gram a day. Went into treatment, and I got in here maybe 14 days later. Met Corey, met the guys. They were really cool. It was attracting to me because they were young, they were hip. It was a different way to recover.
I ended up doing some time in jail for a crime that was committed while I was using. And during that time in jail, I just kept thinking to myself, like, this isn't me, this isn't what I want to do with my life. I don't want to be a junkie, I don't want to be an addict, you know. About a year later, and knew I never wanted to touch drugs again, and I never did since I got out. I started drinking. After drinking for a couple years pretty heavily, about a fifth a day, I went to the hospital for an alcohol-related seizure, at which point the doctor told me that I had 3 months to live. That didn't stop me. I left the hospital. I went right back to the bottle. By the grace of God, I found myself in treatment. A year or two after that, you know, all this was built.
The difference that Rise makes in people's lives, you have to see it to really know. They come in, they're beaten, they're broken. By the time they leave here, they have a sense of worth. I mean, self. Like they're not ashamed anymore. They can look in the mirror and they can say that they love themselves, and that for an addict is huge.